right, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this activity. Who wants to share with us different ways that they're going to practice their delivery? Aside from visiting us, of course, because we are always here to help you out. Oh, go ahead.
So we're going to practice and critique each other.
Ooh, maybe even videotape yourself so you can give like real good feedback too.
Real good feedback.
Okay. Cool, thank you so much for sharing. It was Jennifer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, thank you so much for sharing. So this is gonna lead into our last point of the night, which is adapting to the situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand this over to Kenny. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun too.
Thank you, Christian. So we're not gonna wing the interview. Adapting to the situation. What is adapting to the situation? It is your ability to change or adjust under unexpected circumstances. Whether you're going in for an interview or a presentation, there may be situations that will call for you to adjust or change, or maybe think outside the box, just like we did with the activity. Your ability to adjust and change makes you look confident. It'll make you feel like you can act under pressure, and it will make you look smart. Stephen Hawking, a very well-known theoretical physicist, once said, "Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change." Today, we're going to teach you how to adapt to the situation so that when you go to your next interview, you will look confident, you will feel confident, and you will come out crushing that interview. Before we begin, we're going to play a video that shows you exactly an example of how to adapt to a very difficult situation. How many of you have seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness? Fantastic movie. It's by Will Smith, who plays Chris Gardner in this scene. When you watch the video, please pay special attention to how he was dressed, his body language, what was going through his head, and how he adapted to this situation.
Unmute it and play. Mr. Gardner. This way. Right along. Gardner.
Chris Gardner. How are you? Good morning. Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner. Good to see you again. Chris Gardner, pleasure. I've been sitting out there for the last half hour trying to come up with a story that would explain my being here dressed like this. And I wanted to come up with a story that would demonstrate qualities that I'm sure you all admire here, like earnestness or diligence and team playing, something. And I couldn't think of anything. So the truth is, I was arrested for failure to pay parking tickets.
Parking tickets?
And I ran all the way here from the Polk station, the police station.
What were you doing before you were arrested?
I was painting my apartment.
Is it dry now?
I hope so.
Kay says you're pretty determined.
Oh, he's been waiting outside the front of the building with some 40-pound gizmo for over a month.
He said you're smart.
I like to think so.
And you want to learn this business.
Yes, sir, I want to learn this business.
Have you already started learning on your own?
Absolutely.
Jay,
Yes, sir.
how many times have you seen Chris?
No, I don't know. One too many, apparently.
Is he ever dressed like this?
No. No. Jacket and tie.
First in your class? School? High school?
Yes, sir.
How many in the class?
12. It was a small town.
I'll say.
But I was also first in my radar class in the Navy, and that was a class of 20. Can I say something? I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you that I don't know. But I bet you what? I know how to find the answer, and I will find the answer.
All right, you guys. Now, before I give the floor back to Kenny, we are a little bit short on time, but bear with us. We're going to go over maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, and I just want to give you a heads up. But everything we give you is very powerful and really important for you to know. So thank you so much for sticking through with us. All right, Kenny, I'm going to go ahead and give the floor back to you.
Thank you. What a fantastic performance, right?
Where are you trying to go?
To the slide after the video.
Yeah, we were there. There you go.
Okay. So, how did you think he made up the situation? He went in there not properly dressed, but what he did was he made the best of the situation. Because if you've seen the movie before, he didn't have a choice. If he didn't do well in that interview, that was it. Many times it may happen to us. We'll go to an interview, we may not have a second one. So go in there and give it your best. Make the best of the situation. So over the weekend, I was listening to a very inspirational speech by Arnold Schwarzenegger. In his speech, he said he hates Plan B. And I was like, whoa, why can't we have Plan B? You should have Plan B. Something to fall back on in just in case Plan A didn't work out. I thought he was crazy. But the more I listened, the more things start to make sense. Plan B takes your focus away from Plan A. So if you have a safety net, you tend to think about the safety net. So all your focus would not be in your initial thought. So eliminate the Plan B. Go in there, make the best of the situation. You're never going to hear Arnold go in there and say, I'll be back for the next interview. He'll go in there and knock it out of the park. Show passion in your speech. Passion sells. According to Mike Luciano, who wrote Why Being a Passionate Speaker Matters, it helps you show emotion, and emotion makes you sound genuine. He has a formula for passion, and passion is credibility and authenticity. So when you speak with passion, you will sound authentic. When you speak with passion, you'll be credible. So sell yourself, talk to your interview with passion, and crush that interview. Address your insecurity. What do you think his insecurity was in this scene? He wasn't dressed for the part. He looked like a janitor and not someone who's there for the interview. And the first thing he did when he went into the room was address the insecurity. It took all the weight off his chest. Years ago, I had an interview with a very large company, and this company will kickstart my future career. I need that job badly. So the interview was set for Monday, and that Sunday I decided to go out to the lake and have some fun on the boat. I had a bad accident. It has a bump so big on my eye, I couldn't even open one of it. So, I mean, how am I going to make eye contact, right? I mean, I'm so insecure. So the whole weekend I stressed and stressed and stressed. I looked terrible. It looked like I just lost a boxing match. So that Monday, I went into the office while I was waiting in the room to be called in to be interviewed. I swear everyone was looking at me. I was that insecure. Even if they're not looking, I thought they were looking. So when I was escorted into the room to interview with Brandon, I had to get this off my chest because I'd forgotten everything I had practiced over the weekend. So I told Brandon, I look terrible. But good thing today we're not taking pictures for our portrait. So my joke wasn't that funny. But it eased the tension. I addressed the situation, which allows him to ask about my incident, which makes it everything a lot easier to talk. So I made the best of the situation. I didn't make excuses. I didn't make plan A. I went into the interview with my flaw. I addressed my insecurity, which allows me to speak with passion and tell them why I was the perfect person for the job. 2 weeks later, I was working for the company. So with everything, there's to do and there's things that not to do. Not giving your best. You need to give your best. If you're not going to give your best, don't be there in the first place. It's just you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time. You lack enthusiasm. When you lack enthusiasm, people are not going to listen to you. Also, don't hold on to your insecurity. Let it out. Lift the weight off of your chest so that you can talk and speak easily.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you so much for your story, Kenny. I had something very not similar in the way where he got hurt, but I also have a story where I was interviewing for this tech company for the first time ever. It was like my big girl job, you could say. And I thought, okay, it's just gonna be me and HR, but no. I ended up going in, it was from HR. It was actually the recruiter who found me, my supposed to be manager, and then his manager as well. And I was blown away. I went into an interview thinking, it's just me and one other person, I got this, Kushboo, like, you're zenned out, you're good to go. I sit in there and there's 4 people in totally different departments asking me different types of questions. So I knew at that point I just had to jump in and relax and adapt to the situation. So thank you so much, Kenny, for sharing that with us. It really brings us into our last activity for the night, which is going to be list the ways that your group can adapt to a situation. For example, a group member gets sick. Now what are you gonna do? We'll give you guys maybe about 60 seconds, and then we'll wrap it up and go to our Q&A and be done for the night. After we kind of hyped you up on candy. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this last activity. For this one, I'm just gonna have one volunteer. Anyone wanna volunteer how they're gonna adapt to a situation? Maybe Bomb wants to volunteer something.
So I would say like prepare for the parts that they are in. Like whenever you brainstorm, like learn from them also. Like don't just let them do their stuff individually.
Okay.
Collaborate each other, and that way you know what they want to say. That's what I would do.
Yeah, so basically what Bob is saying is to just go ahead and start with collaboration rather than independent workings on different parts of the same project. So we're going to jump into our Q&A. And let's see, does anyone have any questions for us that we can help you guys out? And if anyone needs to know where to find us, on your resume, we were really sneaky to put our phone number, our email, and where we're located in JSOM.
And we're located right above the undergraduate lounge. You know where that is.
Go ahead, I'm so sorry, go ahead.
Was the statistics real? Like not that many people received offers at the Career Expo?
Just according to this room, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a little fun demonstration that I kind of pulled from group 1 to see how this group did at the career fair. Anyone else? All right, we're gonna go ahead and end our Q&A. Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight, and we really hope to see you guys soon at the CMC.